Title: The Man Who Stopped World War III. In the early hours of September 26, 1983, deep inside a Soviet military bunker just outside Moscow, a lieutenant colonel named Stanislav Petrov sat before a wall of flickering monitors. His assignment: to watch for signs of a nuclear launch from the United States, specifically monitoring the Soviet early warning satellites, codenamed Doko. The Cold War had reached its boiling point, marked by an atmosphere of profound distrust and heightened military readiness between superpowers. Just 3 weeks earlier, the Soviet Union had shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007, killing 269 people, including a U.S. congressman. This tragic event significantly heightened tensions, creating an atmosphere where any perceived threat could trigger catastrophic consequences. Every man in that bunker knew that one wrong move, one misinterpretation, could mean the end of humanity. Then, at 12:40 a.m., the sirens began to scream, piercing the tense silence of the command center. The word launch flashed in red across the screen, a stark and terrifying confirmation of the system's alert. According to the Soviet system, 5 American intercontinental ballistic missiles were inbound, each carrying nuclear warheads, a direct threat to the Soviet Union. Protocol demanded immediate retaliation. Within minutes, Petrov's superiors would expect confirmation so they could unleash their own missiles toward the United States. But something didn't feel right to Petrov. His instincts, honed by years of experience, raised a critical doubt. He looked again at the warning lights, scrutinizing the data, while the system insisted the missiles were real. Yet, radar showed nothing, a glaring contradiction that defied the system's alarming report. 5 missiles? It seemed too few for a genuine first strike, which would typically involve hundreds of simultaneous launches to overwhelm defenses. Years of training told him to follow the rules, to adhere strictly to protocol, regardless of personal doubts. But instinct and reason told him something else, urging him to question the automated warning. He felt the weight of the world in that moment, literally, as the fate of millions rested on his decision. If he was wrong, millions would die in a nuclear holocaust. If he was right and reported a false alarm, he might lose everything, even his life, for disobeying orders. Petrov made his decision, a choice that would ultimately save countless lives. He stood up, heart-pounding, and reported to command. "It's a false alarm." No missile launch detected. Minutes passed in agonizing silence, each second stretching into an eternity as the world held its breath. The sirens still wailed, a constant, piercing reminder of the potential catastrophe. Then they stopped. The sudden silence was deafening, a moment of profound relief. No missiles appeared on radar, confirming Petrov's courageous assessment. The world was safe, pulled back from the brink of nuclear annihilation by one man's critical thinking. Later investigations revealed that sunlight reflecting off high-altitude clouds had triggered a malfunction in the Soviet early warning satellites, specifically due to a rare alignment with the Malmia orbits. This incident exposed a critical flaw in the ecosystem, which was later corrected by cross-referencing with a geostationary satellite. Petrov's calm reasoning had averted nuclear war, a decision made under unimaginable pressure. He received no medal, no parade, only quiet reprimand for not following protocol, his actions buried in secrecy for decades. When his story finally surfaced in the 1990s, after the collapse of the Soviet Union, he became known as the man who saved the world. But when asked how he felt about that title, Petrov simply said, "I was just doing my job." Sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones who choose not to act, who pause, think, and refuse to let fear make the decision for them. Stanislav Petrov reminded the world that reason, conscience, and calm can be stronger than any weapon, even in the face of global catastrophe.